All right, we're going for the big boys now. Even though I don't have the setup for it. Had to rest my feet for a second. Right. We there yet? Another half an hour walk. What about right here? Alright, keep moving. Alright. We're coming up to the dump, what we call it, because you got a landfill on the other side of the water. We got a point out here and a point on the other side, and this little inlet here. I don't know if this actually connects with the main lake or not, through like maybe like a little stream or something. I think it does. I don't get to see how deep this water is. Got the big waders on. We got bass boys up here. So we're gonna get ready here. Gotta get some fish before he catches them all. Alright, we're in the wet water. Ground is a little mushy in here. Oh yeah, it's pretty mushy. It's gonna be hard. See how far I can cast out without bob or anything. Got a little tiny jig on here. I could put a bigger one on here. Probably end up fishing with a bobber though. So I like the action. something over there. I know there's usually a lot of weed beds right here. You got to go over the top of. I think we're going to go with the bobber. Alright, so I ended up about a couple of feet down here. Let's see if this bobber will stay up. Kind of want to get onto a little higher ground here. It's going to be hard to cross here though because it's really soft. Get a different angle here.
You might have good luck.
I just like it because I
think it could increase your catches.
I don't have as good a feel
Well, you got
without a bobber,
the light,
especially with the wind.
you had an actual ultralight.
I mean, I can feel it a little,
Yeah.
but I don't feel it as much as I'd like to.
But now here, there's a huge weed bed right in front of me there.
Yeah, I know.
And when I was fishing, came over here, a crappie came launching out of it right at my minnow. I saw it too. I think they just sort of piled it.
I don't know if I believe that story.
You can't see it in my video. You know. Sometimes you can't see it. I usually fish my camera on super view so you can see more. I don't like having it like scrunched up real close. But the wind was not blowing this direction. It was blowing from over there.
Yeah.
Waves coming in. Kind of like when we were at the school time where we had the wind, blowing at the waves. That's what I think.
Try a little more to the right. Should put a nibble on here. Getting some nice bobbing action on the bobber. It's kind of going to the side a little. Might just be the wind going different directions. Usually we fish from that side and walk this way. I don't know, be able to walk across. Let's see if I got a nibble handy. Try putting a nibble on here. I didn't even have the camera on.
Really?
Yeah. Got a little length to him there. One of them gray ones. There he goes. Yeah, he just yanked that jig down. It's always good when they take the bobber down. Instead of trying to figure out what they're gonna do. I'm gonna pull my jig, set up my jig a little better. Alright, so we're on the board today. We get set up with another nibble. That was the same thing as last time when I caught that bass, and then all of a sudden we started catching crappie.
That's kind of happened here.
At the other place. bass. Bass was probably like on the hunt, looking around,
That's usually what's happening.
because I'm sure there ain't much to eat out there.
There's a lot to eat out here.
Well, we're not catching it.
I saw a lot of crab frozen in the ice here.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens here. I'll try bass like you just caught, and maybe you get another one. Crappie.
I guess I'll just keep rolling on this. Maybe I'll get another. Maybe I'll get it back to back. Yeah, I think it was just like bloop, bobber's gone. I wasn't paying like 100% attention either. The bobber just disappeared. So see if that's a sign of this could be a good area. This seems like the good area, where I was a little ways off the point here, and then fishing on an angle. I don't think I was that far in. I think I had reeled in quite a bit to get closer when that thing grabbed it. I'm not catching weeds, so I can just keep coming in. Using a little tiny tail and a tiny 30-second jig with the nibble with our light setup, our new light setup we got with our small diameter braid, 10-pound braid. I could probably cast this pretty good into the wind if I wanted to cast. So I don't know if that fish was like just passing through, or if there's fish hanging out over here. It's a lot less windy over here. Still getting pretty good bounce on the bobber though. See, there's just kind of a spot down there that looks pretty good, where it dips in. Maybe it would be a good hiding spot for some fish. Got no snacks. Should have brought some snacks at least. Something to drink. All I have is this. Can't go wrong with the Spider-Man Pez. No, it just looks like dead stick out here. Let's see what that shoreline looks like further down. Technically, we could go right off this side too. Don't even have to get in the water. Let's go out here a little bit. Come and steal my spot.
Guppy?
Huh?
Guppy?
Shh. It gets pushed in pretty fast over here. Yeah, I've never caught anything on this side, but
I caught him on the other side.
it's into the wind, so
Yeah.
you never know.
I catch him out here, but really not until like, that corner out there by that big pipe.
I mean, a fish could pass by any time, but looking for a pod.
Here.
They are.
I know that they're just sitting there. They're not in like a feeding mode at all.
Possibly. Possibly not in the feeding mode. It's about 50 out today. Let's see if I can get down into this water. This water's a lot more still over here. So maybe that could be the ticket. Find a good spot to get in here. Got rocks here, so we shouldn't sink, hopefully. And then it starts to drop off about six feet out. I just wanted to try this a little further in here to see if fish are like kind of hiding from the wind, hanging out. They got to come from somewhere, unless they're just sitting there not biting. Thought he said he had one. Bringing it a little closer here. See if there's anything hanging out. Might just have to wait it out. Time's moving slow. Let's bring it in even closer. See if it'll stay up. Not a good time for a Pez. Try and cover this area a little bit. Might be better off just sticking with that spot where I got that bass. And hopefully the fish will move in, or they'll start biting if they're already there. Yeah, I guess I'll head back down there. I was just hoping maybe I'd pick up something if there were fish kind of hanging around in all these areas. I have to find a way back up here. Yeah, well, you don't want to trespass. We follow the laws. Okay, so we're gonna go in this. I think this was a sinkhole over here. Go a little further. Into the rocks. Just kind of stay in this area here where I got a fish. See that cormorant's out there.
Yeah.
Pretty much diagonal.
I was trying to think of the name of that bird last time. The thing is, there's only like one that moves around here. At the Oaks, they got like hundreds of those birds.
Yeah. They got them everywhere. Just depends where the fish, if the fish are there.
They're really bad. They eat shit.
Well,
I mean, they can swallow a 2-pound bat. I've seen it.
yeah, I've seen them eat big fish before. I got a video of how they do it. If you want to watch it on YouTube.
So really, we should be interested in cormorant. Yeah.
Maybe it'll scare him this way. Because he's way out there.
It really is possible that all the property could literally be down there. The wind blowing that way.
Well,
Possible. The wind's never blown this way. Here, never out here. It's always blowing.
mountain.
Never going this way. And, yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty much the key area, so I think I'm gonna go with the hoodie too. The hoodie and the skull cat. I don't want to have that wind blowing in my ears. I'm in pretty close now. Nice if something just happened to zip by and grab it. Nibble's gone. I'm gonna put a new one on there. I think it just fell off. I don't think anything hit it. Just a little more. I should really put a new tail on here too, because this one's kind of tore up. These are some old river nibbles. Starting it over there to the right. Can't see it that well over there with the glare. And it kind of sucks when you catch a fish pretty early when you get here, and then you think, oh, there's fish, I'm gonna catch them, and then you don't catch shit after that. It's just one of those cruiser fish. Was a bass, so that doesn't really tell you if there's any crappie around, except that the fish was there for a reason. It's in that spot for a reason. Maybe there's some shad out there or something. just a little bit closer. Maybe I'll find the sweet spot. See, I remember snapping to the right and then casting to the left, but basically the same area. Any bites? Any nibbles?
No, no bumps.
Any bumps?
They always hit it with a bump first. And how the last couple fishing trips have been for me. Since it's got windy and
Alright, we're heading back. Got one bass. Bass boys are still back there. Looking for a night bite. I'm heading up to the front lake. Seeing what's going on up there. Maybe I'll get lucky. And I'll hit a night bite. Back here is like a carp zone when there's shallow muddy water back here. Got to get out of these woods and then we got to go down all the way down the main path back to the big lake. Water's pretty clean back here in this little inlet here. See what kind of creatures are back here. So yeah, see, this is where it really gets, you get that still water. Now I gotta walk across this thing here. It's always tricky. There's got logs in here. Trying to stay close to where the logs are at, so I don't sink in here. Too deep. I don't know if you guys can see this. Looks like we made it. If I can get that log right there. Whew, man. I didn't know that sinkhole went that deep. Oh, it's tough. Now we just got to get back to the main path. Walking in these big waders really take a beating. There's actually another little area here that we used to catch some fish. I might take a look at it. Flip my bobber in there. Maybe there's something hanging around. And here's the big lake. Oh, my feet. These things are terrible for walking in. See, we have to walk down here. And the lake goes into a little stream back here. Sometimes we catch them right in the mouth of this little stream. I'm just going to give a couple shots. Even though it's cold. Might be some little crappies or something hanging out. I'm going to get that mud off my boots. I'm going to try and flip it on close to those cattails, or that wheat, or whatever it is over there. That's pretty good. Can't tell if I'm on the bottom or not. It's really shallow right here. I'm only down about a foot, so give it out a little to the left. Maybe there's a little more depth over there. Something to be hanging out. Little crappie or bluegill or something. Yeah, I gave it a shot. This is more summer spot, at least when the water warms up. You'd think at least a little bluegill or something would have nipped at it, but doesn't look like anything going on over here. At least not right now.